Rosie.
And I'm Melissa.
And together we are the beautiful beacons of God.
And our topic for this video is, are you for real? Are you for real?
Are you for real?
I'm for real.
All right.
I'm what? You know what? We live in this world of imitation, this world of hiding, this world of pretending to be something that we're not, you know. I remember when I met my husband, we met online through a Christian online dating website. And one of the things that everybody always said to me was, you know, you can pretend to be whoever you want to be online.
Right.
And that's true.
Oh, yes.
That is really true. And so while you do have to be very careful about things like that, you know what? It is important to be you.
Yes, it is.
My daughter is famous for saying, be you, boo-boo, go be you, right? And letting people be who they are.
Yeah.
And so Rosie said something a while ago when we were talking about this. She said,
there is none other like you. Nobody can be you. Be the originator.
Right.
You are original.
Right. You are the original and only you.
Yes.
Right? Even I have twin granddaughters, and while they're fraternal and not identical, even identical twins are not the same.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the things that I love is God didn't create two of anything.
Come on.
No two snowflakes, no two blades of grass, no, even things that man creates that we think are the same, like street signs all look the same. The truth of the matter is, at the molecular level, they're all somewhat different.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, they are.
Everybody has their own unique fingerprint.
Yes.
Everybody has their own unique voice.
Yes.
Are you for real? Be the real you.
Come on, are you for real? I mean, that sounds like a two-way question there, which it just talks about being who you are. Some of us don't even know who we are, Melissa.
That is true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. And when the thought of that is just really sad. You know, and it takes me to right now, the memory that I have is that, you know, as women, you know, the law says you are legal and you're grown when you're 18.
Hardly.
That's not the case.
Hardly.
Yeah. You know, it's like when you come into that being, into that place, in that existence, you know it. Everything in you know it. It's like your body says, you know, because you have become who you're supposed to be.
Right.
And I can remember the moment at the time in the day that I really knew and felt like, okay, I am a woman.
Right.
Now, it was after I had my children. It was after I lived out on my own and been paying my bills. Even while I did those things, I did not feel a sense of who I was, Melissa.
Right.
And so I'm not exactly sure what I had done at that time frame of my life to really walk into that. But I know it was because of the different changes and the things that I was going towards, to be destined in life towards. And I evolved into the woman that I am today, and continuously evolved. I think a lot of different circumstances and situations that I have gone through, that I could have looked at in a negative way, but I chose to find the good in it. It has even made me better.
Absolutely.
Being the real me.
Absolutely.
And I've lost some friends along the way for that, Melissa.
Well, and that's okay.
Yes. Oh, it's,
you know what?
It's
That's
beautiful.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, when we live in a world of Facebook and Instagram, and we live in a world where we see everybody's highlight reel. You know, I heard a pastor recently saying, you know, Facebook is his definition of Facebook was the proof that your kids are not as pretty as everybody else's kids. Your house is not as beautiful as everybody else's house, and even their food is better than your food. You know, I mean, we live in a world where everybody puts on a facade that says everything's okay.
Jesus.
And I'm okay, and I'm amazing, and I'm wonderful. And the truth is, we live in a broken, fallen world where people aren't. And you know what? It is so important. Actually, it's really kind of dangerous in a lot of respects to live this life of fakeness. You know, we live in a fake world. We wear fake nails. We wear fake eyelashes. We wear fake hair. We wear fake hair color because nobody will ever really know what color my hair is, because it will change whatever. You know, and it's because the real and original has somehow been distorted into not being right.
Not being right.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that there's nothing wrong with putting on some
heavens no.
lashes. I have on my lashes now. I don't do the fingernails. Every now and then I do, but now my feet, I'm particular about those. But And those are things that enhance us,
Right.
not make us hiding behind anything.
Right.
Now, for some people, it may make
Absolutely.
them hiding behind, but for me, no. I just do it because it enhances me, because I'll do it with or without.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't define who I am. But what we're saying is, if you are building this life of expectations and not being real and true to who you really are and where you're at, but yet you put on this facade for Facebook or in front of the world, and then behind closed doors,
Right.
it is just the opposite. Something's wrong with that,
Yeah.
and that's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy. You know, I
Yeah.
grew up in a home where everything was based on appearances,
Wow.
right? You had to be, everything had to just be so. And you know what that teaches people is it teaches them to lie.
Yeah.
And it teaches them to live a life that's not true.
Yeah.
And you know what? I did that for so many years. And you know what? It's painful to live that way. It's stressful. It's hard. You know what? At the end of the day, we're all imperfect people.
Yes, we are.
And we all have struggles, and we all have faults, and we all have issues, and we all have areas of challenge that we're hopefully, you know, we're growing and we're changing and we're becoming better people every day. But you know what? I just want to encourage you, be real.
Yeah.
Be yourself and be okay with that. Who you are is maybe not perfect, but who you are is beautiful. And we want to share we want you to share the beauty of the real you with everybody else.
Yes.
Right?
You may not like where you're at, and may not, when you look at yourselves, may not like what you see. But I think you should take that opportunity in that moment to dig deep. To really look into that mirror and see that reflection that's coming right back at you. A lot of times we want to look at other people. We see the specks in other people of what they could or couldn't do or what they should be, when we don't even look at ourselves. You know, I look at myself. Because you know what? If I looked at myself long enough, I don't have time to be, you know, trying to,
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
So look to self, you know, and don't try to do everything at one time, and because that'll overwhelm you, and then you'll sit down and then you're picking up some old bad habits. But just look at self and find one thing that you can work on to better you.
Yeah.
And start with that, and you'll look up and you'll be much further along than what you feel like you could be. And the strength will come, the joy will come, the love will come, the appreciation, and then your self-worth. You know, even when you're having those bad moments. I was at the bank last week, Melissa, and sometimes we just, as women, we just got to get up and go. We don't have time to do certain things, you know. And now, and even when you mention about certain things being in place, now I used to be that way as well, but God began to deal with me. You know, that was being too meticulous.
Right.
You know, not giving room. I remember I wore bangs for years, and honey, not one bang could be out of place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And but I'm not like that anymore, you know, because when we met, I showed you a picture. Yeah, talking about real and raw then. But I was at the bank last week and just rushed out, and I was okay with how I looked out, you know. But a woman that was in the line on the way out, she said, "I just had to tell you, you are beautiful." I said, "Well, thank you. I guess I needed to hear that, because to me, I wasn't like I would normally, you know, get my day going." And then as I'm leaving her, I looked in a truck, and a woman sitting there looking at me, and then she kind of waved at me like, "Oh," she called me staring. And and I got over in my car, and I was waiting for my son to come, and he came and met me up there. So I got back out the car, and at that time, she rolled the window down. She said, "You know what? I was hoping you wouldn't catch me when I was looking at you." She said, "Oh," she caught me a better way. She said, "I know." It was so cute. And what she said was, "You are beautiful. I just wanted to tell you that." I was sitting there admiring you. And I said, "You know what?" She told me the same thing. I said, "Thank you for being obedient and just sharing that with me." And what it taught me is, you know, sometimes God knows what we need when we need it. And so he gives that to us.
Sure.
And I told her, I said, "You know what? As women, when we see another woman that's beautiful, I don't care what her age is, we need to stop and recognize and honor that woman and let her know whatever that beauty is that you saw in her, give it to her. Give her her flowers. Praise her." And so I was able to receive that, and it made my day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you know what? I think she was alluding to the fact that she hadn't, you know, painted the barn is what I call it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it is okay.
Yes, it is.
The beauty, my mom would always say, "Pretty is as pretty does," right? You know what? There is an inner beauty and an inner strength inside of everyone.
Yes.
And it is not based on how you look or it's about how you act. It's about your character. It's about your integrity. It's about your just your kindness to interact with other people. And so we just want to really encourage you today. Be for real. Be you and celebrate who you are, because God made you special just the way you are. And so we just want to say, are you for real?
Are you for real?
Be real.
Be real.
Thanks for tuning into our video today. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope that something that we said makes a difference in your life. And again, we want to hear from you. Be sure and leave your comments. Send us an email at beautifulbeaconsofgod@yahoo.com. Leave a comment on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, wherever you find us. Leave us a comment. We want to hear from you, and know that we care about you. We're praying for you. Yeah. We pray for the people who watch our videos every day. And so just hang in there. You can do it. Be you. You're beautiful.
Yes, you are. And together we say,
Go God.